Hello everyone, welcome to Ningning Mandarin. 大家好，我是宁宁。When you are learning Chinese, one thing that's very important, fun and practical is to have a Chinese name. And when I say a Chinese name, I don't mean just a random one you get from tools like Google Translate. I mean the one that make you stand up from the crowd. Something that's personal, something that's special and unique about you. And that is an authentic Chinese name. No matter what you are studying Chinese for, it will be very good for you to have a Chinese name, especially an authentic Chinese name. For example, if you are Kanyu and learner, by having an authentic Chinese name will make you so much more approachable for Chinese people, and it will definitely help you engage better with your Chinese friends or Chinese communities. If you are studying Chinese for business or work purposes, by having an authentic Chinese name will help you to grow your business because it will definitely earn you more trust and more respect from your Chinese clients or colleagues. Don't forget, a good, smart Chinese name is just another form of localization. In the past 10 years, I have helped design Chinese names for my friends, my family, my students, even including students from other teachers. And when I design names for them, I use the methods of transliteration plus creation to create something that's meaningful, unique for them. And these are the names you will not get just from Google Translate. And today in my video, I'm going to explain why Google Translate doesn't always help with a good authentic Chinese name, and I'm going to show you rules and examples of a good smart Chinese name so that follow these rules you will be able to figure out a perfect Chinese name for you. Now let's have a look how Chinese names are created. Firstly, let's look at this phrase, 百姓. 百姓 is a common Chinese phrase, means people. But let's look closely at this phrase, 百 means 100, 姓 means surname. So 百姓 means 100 surnames. And that's because in Chinese, the most common surnames are only around 100. When you are learning Chinese, there are certainly some characters you will notice that don't really have a real meaning. And one of the category is Chinese surname. For example, some very common Chinese name you normally notice from daily life or even textbooks will include Wang means king, but over here just a surname, Wang. Chen, Li. Some common Chinese surnames are actually from animal names. For example, Ma, horse. Niu, cow. But over here, they are just surnames, nothing to do with animal meaning at all. As for given name, characters are carefully selected for boys and for girls. And for girls, we normally will pick the names that convey the meaning of beautiful or diligent. For example, Li. Li means beautiful. Jie. Jie means pure. Or you can pick my name, Ning. It means smart and beautiful. And I believe that's the wish of my parents when I was born. For boys, we normally will pick names that have the meaning of strong, power, prosperity. For example, you will see some characters like Qiang. Qiang means strong. Yong. Yong from brave. And the commonly known Long. Long, dragon. Just like from the previous video I mentioned about Bruce Lee's Chinese name, Li Xiaolong. And Long means power and courage. And of course, we also have some common neutral characters which can be used both for girls and for boys. For example, Hua, Hua for grand. Guang, Guang for bright. Yun, Yun. Although Yun means cloud, but when it's used for names, it means far vision. For example, the founder of China's largest online shopping platform, Alibaba, his name is Ma Yun. Yun is his given name. Ma is his surname. So just from the name examples of Li Xiaolong, Bruce Lee, and Ma Yun, Jack Ma, we notice that in Chinese, the surname always goes first. The given name goes second. And that is the first rule in Chinese names. And the second rule you notice is that all the Chinese names for girls or for boys must all have meanings and must be positive or good meanings. Meanings including good wishes from parents or just very positive personalities. The third rule you can notice is that all the Chinese name, a combination of surname and given name, is normally around 2 to 3 characters. And this is the reason why Google Translate don't always work. Because for translation tools like Google, they normally just translate the pronunciation of your names into Chinese without giving any real meanings at all. For example, if we type the English name Christopher in Google Translate, and it will give you 克里斯托弗, and we notice it is really long, and it just doesn't really have meanings combined together. And now, how would I fix it? If we just pick the word Chris from Christopher, Chris, I can think of the name of 瑞斯. Rui means smart. It's a common character for Chinese boys. 思 means thinking. So 瑞斯, smart thinking. As we can see, this name sounds very similar to the English version of Chris. And more importantly, it has very good Chinese meaning. Now let's try James. When you type this word in Google Translate, it will give you 詹姆士. In terms of length, 3 characters is not that bad. However, 詹姆士 together, it just doesn't make sense at all in Chinese. But if you try with 杰明, 杰 means excellent, 明 means smart. So 杰明 are actually very common characters we choose for Chinese names, and it has a good positive meaning. And the Chinese pronunciation 杰明 also sounds very similar to James. Now let's try this word, David. Google Translate will tell you it's 大卫. 大卫, 2 characters. In terms of length, it's actually okay. 大, big. 卫, 卫 means God. So 大卫, big God. It's a bit weird. It's not too bad, but you can definitely tell it won't be a common Chinese name for Chinese people because the meaning is just not as great. However, if we replace with 大伟, we keep the word 大, but 伟 means great or amazing, and this is a very common character we choose for boys. And now some of you might wonder, what if I want a Chinese surname as well? Let's look at the example of David King. So David, I already gave him 大伟 because 大 cannot be a surname in Chinese. So if he wants a authentic Chinese surname, we have 2 ways to get the Chinese surname from this character. First is King. In Chinese, it means Wang. That's why he can pick the surname of Wang and become Wang Dawei. The other word he can pick is Jin, because Jin sounds quite similar to the English of king. That's why he can also be called Jin Dawei. So both of them will be fun because both of the words, no matter Wang or Jin, they are both very common Chinese surnames. Although there are actually sometimes when Google Translate does work. For example, some English names like Anna, Google Translate will tell you it's Anna. It's actually very correct because An means peace. Na means beautiful. Anna, peaceful and beautiful. These are common characters for Chinese given names. And what's more importantly, An can also be a Chinese surname. So Anna can be used for either a full Chinese name or just a given name. The other one which works quite well is like Su Fei. Su Fei. Su is a very common character for Chinese surname. Fei means beautiful, a very common given name for girls. So Su Fei works very well. That's why Google Translate normally will only work well for names which has shorter syllables. And if you are lucky, it will give you a good Chinese meaning. So in general, it's actually not always too bad to use tools like Google Translate to get your name in Chinese. It's just bear in mind that the name will just have no meaning, and when Chinese people look at this name, they will know you are a foreigner. So that's why if you're looking to get a personalized Chinese name that has meaning, then you better go to the authentic way by using an authentic Chinese name. However, one hidden rule I will need to remind you when you want to have an authentic Chinese name is be careful with the pronunciations, the sounds, I mean. For example, the English surname Smith, you can use the Chinese surname Shi to replace because they sound very similar. However, when you think of the Chinese given names, you've got to be careful. And if the given name is Zheng Qiang, Zheng means integrity, Qiang means strong. So Zheng Qiang, yes, they are found as a given name plus Shi as a surname. They look fit into the rules of Chinese names. However, Shi Zheng Qiang, it actually sounds like Shi Zheng Xiang. So that's why you need to avoid it because you don't want people to laugh at you. Another example is Zhu Fei. Zhu is also a very common Chinese surname. Fei, as I mentioned, it means beautiful, a very common Chinese given name for girls. So Zhu Fei looks like very fine and very localized, authentic Chinese name. However, Zhu Fei, it can sound like Zhu Fei, pig fat. So people will definitely have a laugh and definitely joke about it. So that's why you have to be very careful when you want to group surnames and given names together. Because if you're not careful, the sound combination can be very ridiculous. For me, I believe the best methods to create a wonderful Chinese name is the combination of transliteration and creation. So create something special and unique about you. When you are looking for Chinese names, it is not always necessary to have the Chinese surnames, but to have a wonderful, good given name is quite important. And I can show you some more Chinese name examples I have created for my friends and my students. Number 1, Jie Fu for Jeffrey. Jie means excellent. Fu means blessings. So this name, Jie Fu, it means excellent and full of blessings. And they are both very common characters for Chinese boys. Number 2, Xin Rong for Rowan. Xin Rong actually means prosperity. It's from the Chinese idiom Xin Xin Xiang Rong. So Xin Rong sounds quite similar to Rowan, and in the middle has a very good meaning in Chinese. Number 3, Ming Xiu. Ming means brilliant. Xiu means progress. So Ming Xiu, to progress in brilliance. So it keeps the good meaning, and also Xiu matches the sound of Joe in English. So in general, my advice for you when it comes to picking Chinese name is, if you really prefer the Google Translate, be careful not to go over more than 3 characters because it will not sound very natural. However, if you would like to try for the authentic Chinese names, my advice is you need to know the characters that are going to pick both for your Chinese surnames and given names because you need to be sure they are the common characters no matter used for the surname or the given name. The other advice is it's better for you to show your Chinese name for your Chinese friends or your teachers just for them to double check. There's nothing awkward in terms of meaning or the sound. And if you are interested for me to help you to design an authentic Chinese name, please feel free to contact me through my website, or if you would like to support my video creation through my Patreon account, in the description below, I will also create a personalized Chinese name for you. Thank you for being with me today. I hope you have enjoyed my video and found the content useful. If you like it, remember to give me a thumbs up. And also remember to subscribe and turn on the notification bell. I will see you next time. 再见。